We begin tonight with continuing coverage of a long-awaited murder trial in Mahoning County.
Brandon Crump is charged with the shooting death of Rowan Sweeney. Today, one of the other men charged in the boy's death testified in the trial.
First News reporter John Rutter was in the courtroom. John, what did McCoy's testimony reveal?
Yeah, that man, Andre McCoy, his testimony centering around who he says pulled the trigger that night. Prosecutors even pressing McCoy, asking him directly, who shot you that night? His answer was Brandon Crump, which prosecutors say was the same answer that he gave them when he first spoke with them. But remember, McCoy was also shot that night, spending months in the hospital recovering from his injuries before taking off, essentially disappearing and never contacting police about what happened that night. It was only after his arrest in January of last year that he spilled any details about the night that Rowan was killed. He accepted a plea deal in August to testify in the Crump trial. Today, McCoy maintaining that Crump was the man that shot him in the face nearly 4 years ago, but Crump's defense calling into question McCoy's motive for taking the stand against him today.
What are you getting now?
15 years to life.
15 to life. So before you were facing death, now you can get parole at 15, right?
Yes.
And all you have to do is say, Brandon Crump did this. Right?
Yes.
Keep this in mind also, McCoy has not been sentenced in that plea. The trial expected to resume next week. Crump stands charged of aggravated murder plus 4 counts of attempted aggravated murder, 4 counts of felonious assault, aggravated robbery, and aggravated burglary. You can follow along with all of the latest developments with this case right here on the air and, of course, on our website, WKBN.com. Dave, Lindsay.
There was also testimony from a doctor who was treating people at the hospital after the shooting.
As First News senior reporter Jerry Ricciuti tells us, the testimony produced plenty of tears from those in the gallery listening in, as well as some on the jury.
As testimony resumed this morning, the physician who first treated the surviving victims of that terrible shooting on Perry Street took the stand. Dr. Christopher Branker was working the overnight shift at St. E's Hospital when the 4 victims arrived. The first was Yarnell Green, who prosecutors have said was the target of the alleged robbery.
He had gunshot wounds to his abdomen. He had gunshot wounds to his left scapular region, left upper back.
Next came Andre McCoy, who investigators claim was in on the crime, but was also the first one shot.
Is he alert and conscious?
Yeah, surprisingly.
The doctor described McCoy's condition as critical.
So he had a gunshot wound to his forehead with brain matter exposed.
Both of the other victims, including Rowan Sweeney's mother, Alexis Schneider, suffered multiple wounds but were in stable condition.
Cases like this often involve an evidence expert to testify about what was found at the scene and take pictures of it. Only this morning, what jurors saw in the courtroom brought a number of them to tears.
Ohio BCI Special Agent Dan Borner was one of 2 crime scene technicians sent to the shooting scene. He went through dozens of photographs, including several showing the young victim.
This is a photograph of the body of Rowan Sweeney without the sheet. Just showing the condition of the body.
It was overwhelming for several on the jury who cried openly, some holding hands with each other. Through it all, the defendant sat quietly with his attorney, watching the images. In Youngstown, Jerry Ricciuti, WKBN 27 First News.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lindsay Watson. Thanks for watching the WKBN 27 First News YouTube channel. If you want more video news, subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the WKBN 27 First News app for breaking news alerts.